Excuse me. I believe I am live. Yes, I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my Diablo 4 playthrough. Hope you all are doing fantastic today. So yes, yesterday I played for about 6 hours or so of Diablo 4 with my rogue. Most of it was side leveling with some with side quests and the like. Today we're gonna mainly focus on storyline, story content. So yeah, we won't have to worry too much about that. Well, so without preamble, let's continue on. I mean, I shouldn't have to do a recap about what's narratively happened so far, but the very gist of it is we finished the prologue sequence with Lord Athnar. He's gone off to do his stuff. We then tried to continue with Act 1. From there, we met a few different characters. Mother Prava, we met Yosef again at the chapel place thing. We also met Nerel and her mother, and I forgot his name already, but and a knight that were located somewhere here in like this other region. And some shit went down. Lilith tried to revive her son, Rathma, because he's key to her plan somehow. We'll find out what that's gonna be. And in doing so, she corrupted Nerel's mother. Like, heavy duty corrupted her. To the point where she was drawing symbols of shit in her own blood. When we found her, she lost her shit, and she tried to kill her own daughter, slicing her hand with a knife. Some dark stuff. And this might sound fucked up to say, but I love it. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, since I didn't get to do it last time, let's check out the shop.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so this is something I wanted to showcase earlier for everybody. So this is the in-game store and the cosmetics shop. It's got the same setup as pretty much all in-game stores have nowadays, where it's, you know, so 200 for like $2, 500 for like $5, 1,000 for $10, etc., etc., etc. And then it does this thing with that where it's like, oh, well, for this price amount, we're giving you this much, but we're also gonna feel generous and give you a further this amount for free. Right? It's totally not manipulative at all. Okay, we'll go with that. So, yeah, they have this kind of setup where 200, 500, 1,000, 2,800, 5,700. And with items on the store, they... Obviously, they don't have everything in terms of its cost coincide directly. For example, with this set, this is 2,400 plat. You'll find how convenient it is that it doesn't coincide with any specific cost of your funny money in the store. It's actually they do that manipulative shit where you either have to spend $20 by getting 2 sets of 1,000 and then a further $5 to get roughly the exact amount you need for this cosmetic. But even then, if you do that, you're still forced to have about 100 left over, which part of our monkey brains, because of that, we really want to spend on something else, but there's nothing that costs that much. So why don't you spend some more money to get more platinum, so you could then get the other thing that's conveniently, in terms of its cost, located somewhere in between these sets, where nothing is just outright. Like, if I pay for 2,800, there's something that's 2,800. No, it's either slightly less than that or slightly more than that. So I always have to either shift to the next highest one if I want to get my if I want to get my quote-unquote money's worth. And yeah, it's all very manipulative shit. It's very disgusting, and it's annoying as fuck to see. But for now, the cash shop is cosmetic only.
Bold choice.
So because of that, I'm more okay with it. But, still annoying. Still very annoying. Anywho, let us continue with our journey now that I've bitched about the cosmetic shop. So, we're gonna go talk with, Mother Prava in Corvalar. to get our blessing, and then we're gonna meet up with which I do like in the story. You can choose to. I can't tell if you're actually skipping this necessarily, or you have to do both of these anyway. It's just you get to choose what order you're doing in. But I'm assuming if you're already doing the setup for like the ritual thing. Actually, that might be what this is. Is instead of actually doing the ritual, this is just a setup for it, and then you can go do the blessing. So I'm just gonna go for the blessing first, then knock out the ritual in its entirety, and then I don't know if that's gonna finish Act 1. I don't know how long Act 1 is overall, but we'll see. So let's go meet up with Mother Prava in Cor Valar. Oh yeah, by the way, I also did some more side grinding, and I made a couple more characters before I went to bed last night and leveled them a little bit. I got to bed extremely late, later than I intended. I meant to go right to bed after the stream, but you know how it is with a new game. It's you want to play with your new toy. You know, you want to keep on going. Also, I have refreshment. Quite dry refreshment, but refreshment. I can't wait till I unlock my mount. Oh, shit.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Skadoosh.
I'm not ready yet. Need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Eat knife, bitch. Okay. Finally, goddamn. I'm not going to participate in that event because I want to focus on getting to the story content.
Need more time.
mine. And let's keep her going. Oh wow, finally. Give us sanctuary! I seek
State your business.
Oh, hello.
Reverend Mother Prava expects me.
Open the gates.
That's all it took? I need to show something off, or... Oh, there's Vigo.
You were good soldiers. Worked hard. Fought hard. Drank hard too. Brothers. Sisters. I hope you find peace in these flames.
Vigo, what are you doing here?
So you lived. I came clean to Prava. About taking that woman's bribe. It's looking bad. My ass is on the line. Might not have a job when she's done with me.
I mean,
Hey,
to be fair, your
you
one
were
job
here
was to
for
keep
her,
people out,
right?
and you let
Let's go
someone
together.
in, so...
Maybe she'll go easy on me if you're there.
Like I want her to. Dude, you let someone in you shouldn't have. You literally had one job, and you fucked it up.
This is no mere armor. This is a holy vessel of the highest craftsmanship. It may uplift the repentant sinner directly to the light. Can armor do that?
I suppose not.
Hold.
She's expecting us.
Vigo. Good luck.
He's about to be fired.
Have the new watch commander replace the forces we lost at the mine. So, you've returned. Vigo here tells me you were braver than he.
Yep.
First, you will be made worthy of a blessing. A holy war cannot be won with faithless troops. Make no mistake, this war is holy. Lilith has brought the eternal conflict to Sanctuary, and Inarius will deliver us as writ in prophecy.
But Inarius,
Until then,
biblically
we have our
speaking,
parts
is
to
equally
play.
powerful to Lilith.
Make a pilgrimage to the Alabaster Monastery. Cleanse your spirit. Then we may discuss a blessing.
Seriously? Fucking religious types. Hey, before I can give you this...
Myself useful. Come by the ruins, south of here.
Sure. So yeah, the entire world's on the line, and all I gotta do to expedite things is, give you a blessing. Well, I'm not gonna do that until you, like, prove yourself worthy of a blessing. I mean, come on. It's not like time is of the essence here. Poor soul. Thank you for the money, by the way, but poor soul.
Hail.
Hail!
There's a shrine west of here. Bears a relic. I'm told it takes on your sin. Weighs you down, body and soul. Beats the hell out of you. It'll cleanse you. Prepare you to stand before the Father. I hope you don't have many regrets, friend. This kind of thing is a lot deadlier for some than others. Watch out, alright? I'll find you at the end. Nothing good. Lost more than a few worthy soldiers to it. But it'll clean you up for Inarius. Rare honor for an outsider. If you can call it that.
So we get to meet Inarius? Is that part of the pilgrimage, or is that something that comes after?
No. I'm not ready. Not by a long shot. Even if I could survive the trail, there's no telling what would happen in the end. You, though, you have a solid chance. I had my doubts. The priests were always going on about the return of Lilith. But now she's here, just like they said.
Sometimes a prophecy is a prophecy for a reason. Sometimes. Talk to the Wanderer. Fuck it.
Look out!
Hold my ground. I'll laugh my ass off if that was it.
I'm not ready yet.
Me and my knives will protect you.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready yet.
Bring it on, bitch.
Need more time. Don't have enough energy.
Fucking die. Got him. Alright. Voila. Highland bow. That's my first rare bow. Not that I use any bow abilities, but good to have, I suppose. Through the snow I march on my pilgrimage for the light. I shall not fall in my attempts to acquire what I must. In the name of Inarius. In the name of Sanctuary.
I'm not ready yet.
That's so satisfying. Like you just shank a bitch, roll on over, and it cuts through everybody. Some awesome motherfucker. Ooh, chest.
Hark, creature of darkness, for you have wandered beyond the reach of the light. Lift your sins, breathe deep the cold air. The path to redemption lies before you, if you have the faith to walk it.
Hey, I've huffed some weird shit in my life. I guess this isn't the weirdest. Oh, joy.
Need more time. I need more time.
Feel the sting of your wounds. Let the ice into your bones. Welcome your pain. For the agony of the flesh is the first cleansing of the soul.
Jeez, I've been
Make
cleansing my
your
soul a lot
faith
then.
Stronger than any hurt.
Alright, let's boogie.
Need more time. Need more time.
Ground at the mountains towering over you. Feel how small you are. Embrace humility. Accept your place in worship to the Father, for he has shown us the way.
This is the way. Well, oh yeah, I still gotta bring the idol. That would have sucked if I had gone a significant distance away. Bring the idol, stupid! Shit, I gotta run all the way back. Thanks for the sword.
Need more time. Need more time.
The end nears, pilgrim. Look into yourself. Find your faith. Feel how it fills the void within you. Remember, you are nothing without faith. Hold fast to the light. And remember.
Gotcha, Madam Preachy. Alright, so bring out of the faithful to the shrine of the penitent. Or penitent. Alabaster Monastery. He's cool. He's aight. Now there's Vigo.
So, I like playing cards. Doesn't make me a sinner. But that bribe. Good soldiers died on account of what I did.
Yep.
Is that the kind of man I am? The kind I'll always be. I just...
If you choose to be.
Damn it. I'm praying. Why isn't this working? You made it. That makes one of us, at least.
You heard from Prava?
I will, soon. But enough about that. You're about to meet Father Inarius himself.
So we are about to meet him. Oh, shit.
Not everyone comes back, you know. You'd better. I owe you a stiff drink.
I think you need one yourself, bud. Oh boy. We're about to meet Inarius. Those are some heavy fucking doors. That's a big door. It's a very big door.
Kneel before him, and remember, you are small. Wonderfully small.
Hey, speak for yourself, bud. They have made a lot of regalia about Inarius. I don't know why I'm getting Scarlet Monastery vibes from this place. For those who don't know, that's a World of Warcraft thing. But Scarlet Crusade. I'm getting vibes of that in here. Ooh, cinematic.
This is how you choose to approach me.
Forgive this intrusion, but
Tell me what you need.
I must traverse the Black Lake, and that cannot be done without your blessing.
If I've learned anything during my time here, it is that what we're looking for and what we need are rarely the same thing. I once thought I could find an end to this war, but there has been no resolution, only more pain. Everything I've done has pulled me further from home, from the place I need to be. This world we made was born from the impossible, and yet, like its creators, it rots from the inside.
Slap up some back when madame? By the voice, yes indeed.
Lilith has entered the ancient city.
Even
With
more
your blessing,
deep
I
and
can
robust.
pursue her.
It's like, yeah, by the way, bro, your wife, or your ex-wife,
Kind are weak, and this world has been wasted on the crusades of the unworthy.
I can stop her.
This audience is concluded.
fuck you too, buddy. Prick.
Back to Kovala.
But yeah, his voice was like notably like even more deeper and prominent than other iterations of the angels we've seen in the past. Like I remember in Diablo 3 when we saw the angels, they had deep booming voices. I mean, Tyrael certainly had one, but it wasn't quite that pitch shifted level of deep. Like not so unnaturally so. It's more like it was just naturally deep voiced actors. And then they just added a little bit of like an echo effect to it. Maybe slightly pitch shifted it lower, but not to that degree. That guy, the voice actor behind Inari has clearly got a lighter voice than that, and they just really ranked up the pitch shift. To the point, though, it still sounds natural. Well, I say natural. To the point where it sounds within the realm of possibility, but it's still a bit more than what we've seen in the past. This audience is concluded. Yeah, just do this epic, like, by the way, this audience is concluded. I'm out. Da 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 da. So that was a total bust. Oh, that's a dungeon? Huh. So I guess we go... Wait, why is it still highlighted for like a quest? Did I miss something? It says speak with the mother in Corvalar, but...
No, no, no. You heard him, but you did not listen. His voice is music, a symphony of light. Look beyond the words themselves, and you will find truth.
That's what someone very desperate to not accept that their deity is a dick is saying. I suppose it makes sense for humanity to worship an Arius, though, because looking past the whole deification part, I mean, he is, by all accounts, compared to an average human, a deity. But he did create humanity. With help from Lilith, but he created humanity. So, it's not an unfounded... like, I mean, at that point, like, if that doesn't earn you a little bit of god status amongst that thing you create, what does? Plus, he's got otherworldly powers, he's virtually immortal. I say virtually, he is immortal. Anyway, how you doing, Senbakuin? Ah. Damn it. A bit of a dry eye right there. I can see why they ditched the bag. It had nothing of value in it. We're fine, just idling around. Surprised to see you streaming at this hour. Yeah, I got work in the afternoon these days. So I'm streaming a bit. I say a bit, much earlier than I have been lately. But my new job's a night job. I usually work till about midnight, a little bit past sometimes. I start in like the mid-afternoon. I don't know why I went into that keep. I knew that wasn't the right right place. What a pleasant stroll. Dead bodies, ruined areas. The scenery is just welcoming. Actually, to be fair, this must be what it's like living in Siberia. Oh look, another dead person. I'll take his money. And his clothes. Oh, side quest. Hello.
An outsider. I could use your help. A dying knight mistook me for his confessor. He spoke of sacrilegious things. He said his party of knights found a secret to life eternal. A red chalice. Said the bishop leading them ordered them to drink of it. Deep. He confessed they shelter now in a place he called the Sanguine Chapel. The chalice must be retrieved, and I must leave. Find me at the Bear Tribe camp when you have it.
Curious. I take from the red chalice and the sanguine part of the Sanguine Chapel is that this is vampiric. Change of work means I can't stay up late anymore. Your time? Okay. No, that's fine. My own schedule shifted quite significantly. I mean, on days off, I'll still stream at the afternoon time, the time you say you can't attend, so I apologize for that. But on days I work and I'm somehow able to fit a stream in, I'll be streaming around this time, maybe earlier. Hey, James Knighton. I know no fear, for I am fear incarnate. Damn that hot. Damn that hot. The thumbnail?
Blessed are those who bask in the light. Let our faith be our armor against the encroaching darkness. Ah, you've returned.
Indeed I have.
Come, let us speak inside. Out of the cold.
You know, you wouldn't be as cold if you wore an outfit with sleeves. I'm just saying. And you put a hat on. I mean, Jesus, lady.
Yet you stand before me unscathed. I know his ways. That is approval enough for me. In the name of the light, I bless you. May the light flow through you and keep you from corruption and sin. Our victory is prophesied in the heavens.
You know, I'm kind of getting this this vibe from like everybody worshiping Inarius. It's kind of like we spoke with him directly, and he's just a prick. And he even said, like, he was pretty straight up about things. He's like, I want to be done with this crap. I want to go back home. Fuck this shit. Humanity was a mistake. You know, that kind of vibe. And all the humans around him are like, I can't listen to just his words. I have to understand that there's meaning behind those words that is interpretable. And no, he just said it himself. He just said, fuck this shit, I'm out. I want to leave. I want to go home. I'm done with y'all. Like, Like, even she just now went, I know his ways, and his... It was like... It could just be he's a prick. And that he just doesn't give a shit about y'all. Call me crazy.
Vigo and I had a good conversation when he returned. He will do his penance. Trust that he is in good hands. Penitence. In the heavens' eyes, creating humanity was a sin. They cast him down. Now he seeks redemption and the chance to go home. As prophesied, slaying Lilith is that chance. When he ascends, so shall we all.
I have a feeling that's not the case. So, yeah. That is true in the lore. The high heavens, when they found out Sanctuary existed, were, like, pissed. I mean, they found out about it way later. Like, after Inarius banished Lilith the first time. After he had already set the World Stone to devolve the Nephilim into humanity. And in Inarius' defense to the High Heavens perspective, he did actually consider wiping out the Nephilim way back when humanity was first created. Well, the Nephilim, which would become humanity. He did debate it. Like, he was like, okay, we created these things. They're super powerful and have the potential to be one of the greatest threats to both the High Heavens and the Burning Hells. Perhaps we should get rid of them. They're an unnecessary token in the equation we don't need. But he went to debate it and meditate on the right decision, and Lilith kind of fucked shit up and killed everybody. Everybody but the Nephilim. She killed all the demons that went with her to Sanctuary. She killed all the angels that went with Inarius to Sanctuary. And she planned on using humanity as tools against the Burning Hells to defeat the Lords of Hell. And presumably after that, the Lords of the High Heavens. Then Inarius used the World Stone and banished her ass. Do you think Diablo 4 has the same problem as 3? Diablo 3 had a lot of problems. Can you be more specific? Alright. Granted, you haven't played any of the games, so you know what I mean. But you haven't played any of them? Then what? What? Okay. You haven't played any of them? Well, then how do you even know that Diablo 3 had problems? I mean, Diablo 3 had a lot of them. I guess since you know nothing about either, that makes it all on me to explain the details. So, Diablo 3 for problems, they range from different categories. I mean, Diablo 3... While I do this, I'll kill stuff. Diablo 3... Actually, I could grab some side quests.
I provide a steady supply of, shall we say, specimens for the clergy nearby. However, the desire for knowledge has become more
so for Diablo 3's issues that it had,
I require a host of
Diablo 3 on release, the core issues range from technical to narrative to atmosphere to setup. The biggest problems, in my opinion, with Diablo 3, outside of Era 37 and the RMT, real money trading auction house, and a number of other loot grind issues. Outside of the technical stuff, the setting issues was it completely missed the mark in terms of atmosphere and tone for Diablo. Diablo is a grim, dark fantasy setting. It is grim. It is hopeless. It is a setting where there are no or very few happy endings. And there's certainly none on the grand scale of things. That has always been the tone of Diablo. That is why the front cover is literally one of the 3 major Satans of the lore. Fun fact, for James Lane, since you haven't played the games, in terms of the lore, the demons in this game, or like the hells, it's not like our biblical version with like Jesus and shit. It's very different. Like, I went over the whole spiel about it in like my yesterday, so I won't do it again. But basically, there was one being in existence, and he's the only thing that exists. His name was Anu. He took all the evil out of himself because he was bored being the only thing in existence. And when he split himself into pure good and pure evil, that pure evil manifested into a creature called Tathamat. The two of them dueled, fought, whatever. They killed each other. And Tathamat, when he blew up into his body became the burning hells, and his heads became the 7 lords of hell. The 3 prime evils are kind of like the 3 biggest heads that Tathamat had. That's Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal/Baal. And then the 4 lesser evils, Belial, Asmogan, which is not where my name comes from, and Uriel, and there's one, I always forget the last one. But those, you know, that shit happened, and the rest of his body just manifests demons all the time. Think of like the demons as like cells from his body. And then Anu's body became the high heavens, and his spine became like this tower in the high heavens, and when it tingles at the right frequency, angels are born. It's fucking weird, alright? But there's a lot of background. But anyway, speaking just of the games, though, the games have always been grim, dark fantasies with these really serious tones. And Diablo 1 being the tone setter, it was dark, it was foreboding, the music matched, it was constantly a state of dread over the game, the color palette matched, and so did the enemies. It's a hopeless setting from the get-go, and the sequel followed it up beautifully, kept the tone, kept the grimdark setting, and really upped the ante with like the mechanics and the refinement of the gameplay. Diablo 3 threw out that grimdark tone completely. It tried to pay some kind of level of lip service to it towards the beginning of the game, but completely gave no shits about it as the game progressed. Also, when it came to your character, in past Diablos, your character was like a side character to the grander scheme of the eternal conflict. And overall, you were, fairly speaking, a lesser piece of the puzzle than anything else. Yeah, you made significant changes in like the direct story you were interacting with, but in the grand scheme of the world, you weren't fixing anything. And the same with Diablo 2. Like, you're a hero, you're an adventurer, you're trying to save the world. It's standard motivators for like a RPG kind of character setup, but being in a grimdark setting, you always had a dark ending. Like, there was no, like in Diablo 1, for example, you play the warrior Adrian. He's the son of the Skeleton King, and the whole plot line of it is he was trying to save his brother who was possessed by Diablo. He killed Diablo, but it turns out his brother was possessed by him, so when he killed Diablo, he killed his brother. So, for penitence of that, and also trying to contain the evil of Diablo, he took the soul shard that meant, again, this whole fucking lore, I could go on a rant for like 6 hours about the breadth of the lore. But point is, Adrian, I think that's his name, stabbed his forehead with the shard to put Diablo in his body to contain him. And that's how the first game ends. Dark ending. The hero you've been setting up the whole game, the guy you play as, ends the game by wandering the world, possessed and having his mind corrupted by Satan. That's how the first one ends. The second one doesn't much better. That's English. The second one doesn't end much better. The demons fuck shit up and they try and destroy the world, and they, well, kind of. They try and acquire the World Stone, and the game ends, if I recall correctly, with the World Stone being destroyed by Tyrael. and that creates a giant crater in the world and sunders the planet, which I don't know if they show it on this map. It doesn't look like it, but there's a whole chunk over here at this corner of the map, if I could scroll out even more, of the world of Sanctuary, where there used to be like the barbarian villages and stuff that protected the high mount, like this big mountain where the world stone, which is kind of what was used to create Sanctuary and create the world. It's like it's this big powerful MacGuffin, but it was destroyed, and with it a part of the world blew up. So, two very grim-dark endings, where lots of people died, and there's no happy endings, despite how much you do in the story. It's fascinating, it's intriguing, and technically it was a happy ending as far as the world didn't end, but it's a sad ending for all the characters involved, because there's a lot of self-sacrifice involved. A lot of death, a lot of destruction. That's Diablo. That's always been the tone of Diablo, is grimdark. But with Diablo 3, not only is your character a hero, not an adventurer like in the previous entries. I mean, you guys could argue Adrian from the first game was a hero trying to save his brother, but the two companions he had were basically just normal adventurers. They were doing a job. In the second game, you're definitely adventurers. Everybody involved is an adventurer. Yeah, you're doing heroic things, but not for heroic reasons necessarily. You're just doing things for selfish reasons. There's no, like, explicit heroes. Except, again, Adrian from the first game. But the third game, you're explicitly heroes. Not adventurers trying to achieve, like, just trying to, like, make it their way in the world, and the reason they get involved in this huge grand scheme is they just don't want to die. Like, nah, it's just, they're heroes that will fight for it, and not only that, they're superheroes, because they have super special powers, and it's revealed that your character is a resurrected or revived Nephilim. Not a human, but like the higher form of human before we were devolved by Anarius setting the world stone to devolve. So it takes that like normal person fighting against literal waves of hell, that kind of setup, and completely destroys it. And now you're just this super badass superhero that can fight on par with angels and demons, which, to be fair, the adventurers in previous stories could as well. But it was a human trying their best to match up to those threats. It wasn't a super-powered being that could destroy them. It was a human fighting against the odds and barely surviving the worst odds possible. And truly barely surviving. Not Superman fighting against the latest threat to Earth, but a normal person trying to fight off literal hell. And you failed as many times as that would account for. Diablo 3, superhero. With the bullshit excuse of, oh, you're the Nephilim. Say, okay, the Nephilim are supposed to not exist anymore, so why the fuck are we Nephilim? Did the world stone blowing up mean we could suddenly magically be Nephilim again? If that poses a lot of questions. So yeah, and also the final battle happening in the high heavens of the game, like, I don't know how I still am not a fan of that. Diablo coming back in the game and the way he looked, I still have a problem with that. It's never been established that the host, like, defined how Diablo appeared in existence. Like, he possessed the young boy child in the very first game, and he just manifested how he's always looked. Big, buff, beefy. But in the third game, when he manifests, he's got feminine features because his host is a woman. That's the only time ever that that's a nitpicky one, by the way. Like, there's significant other issues I have, but it's kind of weird. So that's all, like, the biggest issues with Diablo 3. Plus, again, the loot grind system was fucked up. The real money trading auction house was kind of shitty. The technical errors upon release were shit. And there's also some design flaws. Like, there was a lot of technical and design issues alongside everything I'm mentioning, but the biggest thing for me was the setting didn't feel like Diablo anymore. it was a very positive, standard hero's journey, save the world kind of plot, whereas as opposed to a grimdark fantasy where even the small victories we achieve, it's still a doom setting. So 3 is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the black sheep of the franchise. This game, Diablo 4, it does not have the same problems, thankfully. It does have, well, so far, my biggest issue is the shop. There is a greedy, shitty cash shop in the game. It's cosmetic only, so silver lining, small positives where you can find it. But, yeah. Boom. It's a 75, well, I say 75. It's a $70+ game, depending on where you live. That can go all the way up to like 90, based on like the tax rate and other stuff. But it's around $70 game that's also trying to nickel and dime me for my character to look cool. That's my biggest problem so far. Otherwise, this game is superior to 3 in terms of atmosphere and tone of the game. It's grimdark again, thankfully. There's death, there's mutilation, there's lots of gray area in terms of like who's a good guy necessarily. It's following up and trying to recapture that vibe that 1 and 2 set up, which I love, and I'm happy to see that they're going back to grimdark. It's a grimdark fantasy. Go back to that, and they're doing it. And they're doing it quite well. There's been a lot of like really fucked up things that have happened in the story so far, so they're doing it well. Also, the game difficulty is quite satisfying. That's another thing about Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was actually easy as shit. That game was just, call it the itemization, call it the ability system, but Diablo 3 was not a hard game. Even on higher difficulties, it was not a hard game. This one, I'm only on Tier World 2, and I've fought bosses that took me like 7 attempts. So they're nailing the atmosphere and the grimdark setting so far. Again, we're in Act 1. Diablo 3 in Act 1 felt grimdark, and then completely dropped the ball on it Act 2 and on. So this is why I'm saying so far, as such an emphasis on that, because I don't know if they're gonna maintain the tone once we get to Act 2 or Act 3. I really hope the game doesn't end with this super heroic, happy-go-lucky ending, because again, that's just not Diablo. If you want that, you play a different fantasy setting. This is supposed to be grimdark. But yeah, let me grab this.
My husband, Theodore, left our home in the middle of the night.
Stop been letting me skip the conversation.
I heard him talking to someone, another woman. I went to confront them, but they fled towards a strange light in the forest. They have been gone all night. I think it's time I went after him, but the forest is dangerous. Would you accompany me?
You didn't play any of them, Sen? Guess I'm the only Diablo nut here. Wait, is she following us? Yep, she's following. Great, we got a companion. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly grab these side quests. I guess I'll do hers so she stops following me around. I didn't mean to grab her. So we'll do hers real quick. That way I can get rid of her. Be gone, foul witch! It's always entertaining to use that ability. Alright. Let's work our way around here. Oh, look, goers. I got the Mjolnir of knives.
Need more time.
Knife hands.
Need more time.
A lot of ghoul around this place. Now, one thing I almost forgot to share is to give Diablo 3 some credit. It did kind of get fixed. It got fixed definitely in a mechanical sense with Reaper of Souls, which was a DLC expansion they added to the game. That fixed a lot of things, including the the happy-go-lucky positive ending of like the base game. They did fix that with Reaper of Souls, where they gave it a darker ending. In that, one of the archangels, Malthael, he changed his aspect because each of the angels have aspects. Same with the demons; they have like an aspectal thing. It's weird how that works, considering when they all manifested, humans and humanity didn't exist. So I suppose it would have been like what the other angels and demons felt about them that would have affected that aspect of their nature. But the demons and the archangels embody like aspects of existence. And Malthael, at one time, I believe he was the aspect of like prophecy or fate. And then he changed his aspect to death. He became the Reaper, so to speak. And after the events of Diablo 3, he came to Sanctuary and using shards of the the Soul Stone. He used shards of that. Stereo destroyed it previously. He used shards of that to kind of like embody himself with more power, and he started powering himself up with the death of mortals. So the whole plot of Reaper of Souls pretty much was that Malthael was setting up to wipe out humanity to give himself enough power so he could wipe out the Burning Hells. His goal was to bring an end to both humanity and to the Burning Hells in one fell swoop. Getting rid of the two main problems in his mind with everything, and just leave the high heavens. He basically went crazy. And in the original plot, if I recall correctly, it said that he did successfully kill 90% of the human population of Sanctuary in his bid for power before the Nephilim heroes stopped him. But they retconned that recently with the lore videos for Diablo 4 that are officially done by Blizzard. They retconned that to now only half the population he wiped out, which I don't mind that retcon. That makes more sense, because if he had truly wiped out 90% of the human population of Sanctuary, there's no recovering from that. That's like this game is only taking place 50 years after the events of that story. And so in 50 years, the human population like cleaned itself up and increased population of the Earth. Not in 50 years. Certainly not with enough adults to go around and do everything. So it is a small. It is a retcon that I think was a wise choice.
Need it without you.
It does rob the significance of Malthael's actions a little bit, but again, this game wouldn't be possible if he truly did wipe out 90%. Regardless of 50 or 90%, still a significant amount and still a huge impact on his part. And still a grimdark ending from Diablo 3 with that expansion. Yeah, there's a shit ton of lore behind these games. I recommend everybody look it up. Riker's got a great lore series on the franchise. It's very detailed, very fascinating. He's covered up to the events just before Diablo 3, if I recall. So he's covered a huge chunk of the lore, and even Diablo. And if not him, and you're looking for more of a quicker recap, on the Diablo official Blizzard YouTube channel, they have like 4 or 5 episodes of the broad strokes of the lore, all voiced by the same guy who voices well, he's playing his character retelling the tale of Sanctuary and all the events of everything. That'd be Lorath Nar. So recommend checking those out. Those are certainly worth the look. Where the fuck is your husband, lady? We've been running around here for a while. Didn't I cover this whole area? I must have missed something. I'd like to get back to the main story here. Missing something? Where the hell? Oh, okay. What the fuck?
May you know bliss eternal.
She skinned his ass.
Theodore? What has happened? Oh, heavens. No. No.
Well, that's fucked up.
Such sights I have witnessed. Such pleasure.
How can you talk? You got no lips.
I must have more.
What? Fyodor? How is it that you...
More!
Please, go after that woman who did this to him!
More! 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 More!
Well, that's fucky. And awesome. I don't know how he's talking or even still alive. He's missing everything.
It's no surprise Fyodor was drawn to me. But I have given only what was desired. His petty soul has been torn asunder by agony and ecstasy, but his flesh is unyielding. He will not interfere.
Succubus, or Hellbound, I suppose. Yeah, I interfere where the fuck I want, bitch. As is my motherfucking right. Rodin.
If it's a reward you want, take the dagger from his chest and leave me be.
What a way to go. Yeah, that's a bad day. And she thought it was just a case of cheating, but it's worse. Yes, he was cheating, and on top of it, it was with a seductress demon that was filleting his flesh to achieve his pleasure. So he would rather be filleted apart than be with you. So now back on track with the main story.
Excellent work, friend.
Good deal. Father, boys. I'll take it.
Thank you. Money, money, money! Money, 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 money! Alright, so now on to the main story.
time. Need more time.
Need the whispering key. I got no clue where the fuck she is. I tried going all the way up there already. Did I just not go far enough? Oh.
There is something strange going on here. The room.
Gotta find Nero. But also I gotta loot. I can do both.
I'm not ready yet.
You're stuck in an illusion created by the Horadrim. The portal will lead you through this crude trap.
Excuse me? Hold the fuck up. What? What? Did that dog just talk to me? Wait, is that the same dog from, like, the prologue sequence? When a character very first walks into the scene? Like, is that the same dog? He had a deep fucking voice. That's gotta be, like, one of the greater demons. That's gotta be a setup for something, I'm telling you.
Relax. No harm will come to you here.
No offense, doggy, but I can see the skull on your face.
Who are you?
An admirer of sorts. I saved you in the mountains. You'd lost your
So it is the same dog.
voice and crawled into that cave. Would have frozen to death if not for me.
Why are you helping me?
Oh, it's very simple. You want to stop Lilith, and I want you to succeed. But you'll never do that by following the Horadrim. Their path always ends in fire and death.
Uh-huh.
Seen enough. Open the door.
Yeah, he's one of the greater demons. I'm telling you that right now. He's one of the 7. Now, part of me wants to say it could be Diablo again, but I think it'd be more entertaining if it was someone else. Okay, so he's not a fan of Lilith. So that's a long list of potential candidates. Oh, come on, I'm trying to think who the likelihood. I don't think it's Diablo. So going with the theory that it's one of the greater demons, like one of the prime evils, even. I'm gonna say Mephisto, because I think it's been a while since we last faced off with Mephisto, if at all. Can't remember if we faced Mephisto in 2 or not. And another reason I'd say it might be Mephisto is thematically, given that the daughter of hatred is a major title of Lilith. She's the daughter of Mephisto, who I believe is the aspect of hatred. And the two of them probably have, like, the worst relationship possible. I mean, he was a terrible father. I mean, he's a demon, obviously. You're not going to be a good parent and be a demon. Even Lilith wasn't a good parent, okay? She didn't even want us, necessarily, because she loved humanity and, like, loved her children. Now she's like, you are a useful weapon that happened to came out of my womb. Or, the thing is, did we even come out of her womb? But, yeah. Going with that line of thinking that it's one of the prime evils. Yeah, because this is like pure hellish. This feels like we just got brought to this realm by this dog. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's Mephisto. Because I don't think they do Diablo again. At least not so soon. Might be Diablo, but this doesn't feel like a Diablo move. It might be Baal. It might be or Baal or Baal. I know some people pronounce it differently, but it could be Baal. I'm gonna say Mephisto though, because just thematically that makes the most sense. I mean, Mephisto and Mephisto being the father of Lilith, and she's been constantly referred to as the daughter of hatred, which she is. But you know that is a thing that's regularly brought up. Mephisto, we know, is still around. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with that until there's evidence to the contrary. But at the very least, we know this is a major demon, because look at where we just got brought to. Oh, dude, that was cool.
the Horadrim stumble. Don't be there when they do. The portal will lead you to that little girl you're looking for. Tristram, the Horadrim of old imprisoned Diablo, the Lord of Terror beneath the earth. And then they built this town nearby.
I mean, he is right. That is kind of a stupid thing to do.
See how that turned out.
So he spoke of Diablo as other than himself. Now, if Diablo was trying to deceive with the dog form, he would not, like, speak of himself as first person. He would say third person. But again, that felt very different. I'm still thinking Mephisto.
I like the world the way it was, without Lilith. Her little game of rebellion will only...
Yeah, it's
bring
Mephisto.
chaos.
It's Mephisto, I'm telling you.
You've already seen visions of the damage she can do.
Her little game of rebellion?
Yes, I know you have fed her blood. Do you feel it changing you? Perhaps not yet. But as long as Lilith walks in your world, it is only a matter of time.
That fear is like a very sinister, bad parent line. Oh, her little rebellion against my evil plans. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be feel really shitty. But I'm going with Mephisto. It's definitely one of the primevals, if not Mephisto.
Back in the Horadrim's illusion. Layrel!
There you are. I think I've lost my way. The same thing happened to my mother and me earlier on. The trail to the vault ends here, so it should be somewhere around in these woods. Toying with us. This place is a maze. No place. What's that The path is different now. The statue was the source of an illusion. We must be close. Finally, the Horadric Vault. Not what I expected. But let's not give up hope. All we need is one book, one spell, to help us cross the Black Lake and stop Lilith. Sealed shut. What of the passage over there?
wonder if we're gonna get a Deckard Cain reference while we're here.
I think it's written in Horadric code. And here, the same symbol on the door. I have an idea.
Shoot.
You might want to take a step back. Chaspith Chat. Let's keep on. Wish Mother was here.
Vigera.
Hey! Wait for me! The same seal as before. Should be easy enough to break it again. But why would someone use it here?
One way to find out.
Of course. We can't let anything stop our pursuit of Lilith. I'll open the door, and if we split up, we'll work faster that way.
Only if you stay on this side of the door.
Fine.
What am I looking for?
Don't you know? A book, a scroll, or anything that will help us cross the Black Lake. Chespith Chat!
I am very glad I told her to stay on that side.
Demons.
I gotta say, I gotta give massive credit to the level designers. Each dungeon I've been to has felt fairly unique from the rest, and it feels very good to do dungeon crawling just for the variety. It is a very healthy mix of designs, so you can tell they put a lot of effort into the environmental setups, the props, everything. It's good. I've been enjoying that as well. So, kudos to you, level designers. You did a damn good job.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Need more time. I need more time. Not ready yet.
Portal. And boss fight ahead, no doubt.
Can't use that.
Herald of Lilith.
Time. I should take this back to Neyrel.
hope you had more luck than me. Interesting. This ledger was written by the Horadrim. This is chronicling spells and theories created by Rathma, the first necromancer.
That's not what we're looking for.
No. But it can still work. There must be a spell in this book we can use to bring my mother back. She knows the ritual to cross the Black Lake.
Uh-oh.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's all we have. My mother will help us through. Meet me down there.
This is about to get dark. And by that I mean more dark than it already is.
Need more time. Thanks. Need more time.
I went the wrong trail up. Fuck.
I need more time.
More strangers in the camp.
Oh, not you again.
I'll explain on the way.
Okay.
Rothma's description of the ritual was difficult to understand, and the notes weren't much better. I think I know how to talk with my mother again.
Tell her to send a postcard from hell to us.
The breeze, coming from the Black Lake.
Hello, Morgan.
Do you feel it? Let's hurry.
Hope the realm of the horrors of the deep is kind today. It's been fun so far, yeah. It's been enjoyable. I hope your day's going good as well. This is gonna be a bit awkward, isn't it? Hi, Mom. Sorry we had to kill you.
Mother, please, can you hear me?
My little magpie, it's you.
I can save you from this, Mother. I promise. I can learn how to...
Mire, stop. I can't be saved from my own mistakes. This body is only a husk. My spirit must pass on. And you must let me go.
Mother, no. I need you.
You need to move on, Magpie, without me. But I can help you one last time before I go. You have the divine blessing.
Not really.
Your blood is the necessary key.
always the middle of the hand. You ever notice that? That's like the worst place to cut yourself, because that's gonna hurt for so long and take so long to heal.
Neyrelle, you were so loved.
Hal must have a real bad post office when none of the letters manage to be delivered. I mean, they probably don't bother with the post office. They just got like a pile of letters.
Neyrelle.
The way is open. We have to go. But... do you think Lilith is even still here? It's been so long. I'm afraid she's won this one.
Possibly.
Besides, I have to... take care of my mother. But it's not over yet. Not for you. Lilith was after Rosma. Find him. Learn why. I'll be back at the vault. All right?
I'm on the right trail. She was here.
I'm on the right trail. She was here.
Actually, before we go any further, I have to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I will be right back. Oh, and I'm back. Would explain why the hell has a steady supply of fuel for their inferno. I just assumed that was with all like the gastric farts. I mean, when you have that many like hellish creatures all compact in like one single realm, at that point there's probably a lot of drive-bys going on.
You are the last visitor to my sanctum. Though, you come too late, just as Lilith did before you. For it was my father, Inarius, who arrived here first. It unfolded as my visions foretold. How we hurtle towards the prophecy's end.
Uh-huh. So Inarius won the overall... Maybe that's why he reacted the way he did. We were like, hey, we want to go to the other side. He's like... Because he got there first.
I'm not ready. Need more time.
It started in dreams. I saw shattered images of the end of Sanctuary. The scales of a great serpent carried these visions. And so I went to visit him. My and the serpent's thoughts met, and the fragmented future was mended together. I put it down in order, and the prophecy was born.
Mm-hmm.
I need to destroy the tumors to go any further.
Yeah. That's a sentence. Hey, Nico. Has Dummy Mummy smacked some sense into your character yet? No, nor shall she. I'm gonna smack some into her. Thoroughly. And repeatedly. And hard. That sound. That's another tumor down. Where I go, it turns out tell my mommy is Nathan. Uh-huh. Well, he's not very dommy. He's more like subby.
The prophecy became my burden. There were others that knew more. Those that couldn't understand the nature of such a thing. I knew Inarius would be driven to interfere, believing that it was about him. He saw himself as a savior, piercing hatred's heart in hell.
So even Rathma didn't like Daddy-O. It's like, believing it was about him. What a narcissist. Yeah, I did get that vibe a little bit from him. Blocked by tumors. Blocked by tumors. Crap, am I full? Yeah, I'm full. So wait, if I town portal, I'll be able to come back. I'll be back momentarily. The prophecy is only so accurate as the person who interprets it. So much room for errors. True. And they're often abstract. Like, you'll never see a prophecy just written out plain in English. You know, a prophecy will never be, like, the length of a fortune cookie. Just, David will die eating hamburgers. Okay. It's never that straightforward. It's more vague. And even then, like, that's still interpretable. That doesn't give you when, why, exactly how. And it doesn't even say that the hamburger's responsible. It just says, oh, he happened to be eating hamburgers and then he dies.
Need something forged?
Need something forged.
Salvage.
My character has like 5,000 blades strapped to his chest on a daily basis. Just loaded.
Need more time.
So I locked the gates to hell. It was only a matter of time before knowledge would discover what I'd done and come demanding the key.
Yeah, Rathma, can you put a pause button on what you just said? I'm in the middle of something. Yeah, I completely missed what Rathma said. So I locked the gates of hell. It was only a matter of time before Anarius would discover what I'd done and come demanding the key. Okay.
Need more time.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be much of a prophecy at that point. It'd be an instruction manual. Although that would be funny for like a comedy, right? Like a Spaceballs style comedy. Where it's like, wow, so what's the prophecy say? It says, go to the supermarket, acquire 3 ounces of bleach, 1 ounce of a Tide Pod, and milk. 1 gallon or less. What for? We'll keep bleeding, there's more. Oh, right. Then mix it all together and force the bad person to drink it. This will prevent him from destroying the earth. Aren't we just poisoning him? I suppose.
To give me the key. You stand in the way of the Savior. The holy blood in your veins should be boiling.
Nothing you did will change the future I saw.
I create my own destiny. And this prophecy of yours is just a small...
You hear that? Anarius almost lost his cool. Arguing with his son.
It's wider, beyond comprehension of ungrateful spawns like yourself.
Father of the Year, everybody.
Understand is once I am victorious in hell, the high heavens will welcome me home, where I belong.
I wish it would be true, Father.
That's actually kind of sad when you think about it, though. Like, Anarius was tortured in hell for a long time, so there's a reason he's a dickhead. But, and yeah, when you think about the grand scheme of things, the amount of shit he's been through just because he attempted to create a lasting peace with Lilith between the eternal conflict, the amount of personal sacrifice he's had to go through, I suppose at this point, he's just like, it wasn't worth it. It's just, I went through all that shit thinking it would be. So much happened, so much has just been fuck shit. I want to go home. I just want to go home.
Curse this place. I'm being followed.
Yeah, clearly. Starts to mix a strange drink. Balance the sanctum. The environmental shots are beautiful in this. They clearly were trying to outdo Lost Ark, and to be fair, they're doing it to a level. They're doing a very good job. Boss fight. Yeah, Lilith's Lament. Who the fuck are you?
Need more time.
Inarius is a knight penitent. Okay. So it's one of the followers of Inarius. He must have left him behind to guard the place. That's my guess.
Need more time.
Ooh, legendary. I got legendary pants. Yay. Oh, let's have better armor. Yeah, who cares? You have 5 life per second for each close enemy up to 40. Okay, yeah, definitely keeping that. Is this a fight or 2 fronts trying to win and you are... Do you know the lore of Diablo, Morgan? It's Vigo!
Vigo, who did this?
I have done all that was asked. The pain.
That's what they did to punish him?
This was a just punishment. A stronger man would have refused Venard's bribe. Nerel. Nerel, is she safe?
Yes, she is safe.
Our meeting is no coincidence. I came here to help. Will you give this to her for me? I should never have taken it.
Alright, I feel like a dick for what I said about him earlier.
So dark.
I thought he was just gonna get fired. This is so much worse.
Too late.
No, not too late. The light has come to carry you home. Do you not see it, friend?
Yes. Yes. I see it now. They have come.
Fuck me, man.
You didn't need that armor to prove your worth, friend.
They are doing such a good job at keeping the traditional grimdark tone. And you know a bit of the old series? Okay. I don't know how much you mean by that, so... Diablo's core, like, conflict in the background is the eternal conflict. It's between the angels of the high heavens and the demons of the burning hells. Humanity is in the middle, technically speaking, but there in no way do you side with the demons. There's no... The demons are in no way, how should I put it, redeemable. They have nothing that they're offering humanity other than to consume and destroy us. That's it. The high heavens want to annihilate humanity as well, but at the same time they already kind of promised they wouldn't, because they had a vote on it a millennia ago, and the vote was undecided, so they kind of can't go back on that now. So they more or less just leave Sanctuary and humanity be, but not because they want to. Yeah, and you weren't here earlier, Morgan. This is character Vigo. We met him earlier in the story. He was like a guard for like a old temple that leads to this place, and he was ordered, do not, let anybody through. And he's part of a religious order that worship Anarius, which is one of the angels of the high heavens. He's still on Earth, and he's the father of humanity, whereas Lilith, who is like the poster character for this game, the daughter of hatred. I'm assuming you've seen the cinematic. She's the daughter of Mephisto, which is one of the 3 prime evils, like the head honchos of hell. And she and Anarius, millennia ago, both wanted an end to the eternal conflict, so they hitched to each other, and then they created Sanctuary, or Earth, and they parented humanity. Although, at the time, we were the Nephilim, which were super powerful. Lots of shit happened. Lilith killed all the angels and demons that followed her and Anarius to Sanctuary to make a home, because she wanted to use the Nephilim as a weapon against the Lords of Hell and against the High Heavens to wipe them out. And Anarius wanted to kill the Nephilim because he feared their potential, but he didn't decide on it yet. He was meditating about whether that would be the right course of action. While he did that, that's when Lilith killed every other angel and demon that went with them to Sanctuary. And Anarius found that out. He used this really powerful thing that they used to create Sanctuary in the first place, called the World Stone, or Soul Stone. I can't remember which it is. I think it's World Stone. He basically just used its power to banish her, and then he also used it to make it so the Nephilim would devolve into humanity. So humans effectively are the product, as a species, between an angel and a demon. Correct. Humanity is fairly... well, that's the thing. We're not really doomed if the High Heavens win. We're likely doomed if that happens, because at that point we're going to be the only threat to the High Heavens, and they won't be distracted by the demons. But it's not quite clear-cut if they win, we're fucked. We have a better chance with the angels than we do with the demons. The demons, they want to eat, enslave, and destroy humanity. The heavens, they're debating on destroying us or leaving us alone. So at least there's a chance with the High Heavens, so it's not quite as clear-cut as that. At times in the lore, it kind of has been, but Only certain archangels really hate humanity to that degree, but almost all of those ones are gone and dead. Like Malthael, he's dead. Inarius is the other one you're thinking of. At a peace realm in the hope not to be grinded to dust. Well, to be fair, the High Heavens and the Burning Hells had no clue Sanctuary existed for a long fucking time. The Burning Hells found out it existed long before the High Heavens did. But when they found it, they tried to sneakily corrupt stuff, and then when the High Heavens found out they were doing that, and then they tried to counteract them. There was kind of like a Cold War, or a proxy war that happened in Sanctuary once both sides found out it existed. But they found out Sanctuary existed long after the Nephilim no longer were around, and it was just humans at that point. And I think the Burning Hells found out because when Inarius banished Lilith, his waifu, the one he had the Nephilim with, when he banished her, the one place he could banish her to was the Burning Hells. So Mephisto, her father, the aspect of hatred, one of the prime evils, he tortured her. I'm this is where I'm a little unsure if I'm right or not, but I think I'm right about this. Mephisto or the other prime evils tortured her for information on where she'd been and what was happening, what was going on, and what the hell happened to the World Stone and stuff like that. And after long enough torture, she relented and gave in to Mephisto and told him where she had been. And thus the Lords of Hell discovered Sanctuary. And shortly thereafter, I can't recall how, the High Heavens found Sanctuary as well. Yeah, that is pretty much the best way to put it. Humans are a debuffed mix of hell and heaven. Correct. That's why we're capable of great good and capable of great evil. But when we were Nephilim, we were basically gods compared to how we are now. Like, we were on par, and actually more powerful in many ways than angels and demons. That's why Inarius was debating on wiping us out, because we were such a threat at that point. But after everything that happened with Lilith and all the people she killed, and she effectively destroyed the purpose of Sanctuary, he just kind of got into this, like, depression. So he just, instead of killing us off, you could call it an act of kindness, or the closest to he was considering. But instead of killing us, he decided, okay, I'm just gonna set the World Stone to drain them of their godlike powers. That's effectively what happened. I mean, that is certainly likely. The one thing preventing the angels from deciding definitively on humanity's downfall is the fact that they're a little distracted with demons at the moment. But let's say the Burning Hells were completely removed from the equation. They might give us some time. Like, they'd be like, okay, let's just have some time of peace. But eventually they would come back around to, okay, so we're all good. But there's one like kind of nook in reality that's still a problem. Humans. Because they're part demon. We've killed the full demons, but they're part demon. Which means they're still capable of bad shit. So we should probably, you know. It would have ended badly for the demons and the angels if they had found them during the Nephilim days. Because the thing is, the Nephilim were super fucking powerful. Like, they were, by all accounts, gods. Rathma is a good example. He's, you know, the ghost guy we've been seeing as we've been traversing through here. He's a Nephilim, if I recall correctly. And he's the direct child, like, one set down from Inarius and Lilith. Like, he's right there. Like family tree, them, him. And he's like the father of necromancy. Like he was the original necromancer. He generated that entire magic pool himself. He's the one who shattered the barrier between life and death. And he lived for a long ass fucking time. Like other Nephilim, like the barbarians gods and shit, like they were Nephilim, etc. Like the Nephilim pretty much shaped the world of Sanctuary far more than Anarius or Lilith ever could have. Certainly the cultures and the peoples that would arise in their post generations. I gotta go switch over the laundry real quick, guys. So I will be right back again. Sorry to do 2 breaks so quickly next to each other, but I have to do it real quick. Alrighty then, I am back. Hello everybody. Sorry about that. Angels, give them time so we can rebuild and then decide if the demon spawns are worthy to stay. Demons clearly weren't. Gives the demons and angels a run for their money even ages after he died. I mean, you saw it just now. Like, Inarius was negotiating with his spirit. Or maybe that was back when he was alive. Anyway, either way, he was negotiating with him. Is not really overpowering him or telling him what to do. But this clearly shows that the oh-so-holy, virtuous Church of Light that worships Inarius aren't fucking good people, that's for sure. They fucking A. Look at this shit, man. Turn him into a goddamn pincushion.
Give me the key to hell. I will not ask again.
You don't need to. I saw a vision of the key lifted from my corpse, under the watchful eyes of the great serpent in my sanctum. If you are chosen as you say, it will come to pass.
It's too quiet. Where is she?
Oh, it's probably already bailed.
Is that him? Is that Rathma?
Well, we're about to see what happened.
I don't know if you would have chosen to stand beside me in this new world, Rathma. But I would have saved your place, just the same. And now, all that you might have been has been stolen from me.
Well, that's interesting.
Stolen.
They're portraying Lilith as actually having cared for him. That's interesting.
This key unlocks more than the doors of hell. It unlocks our path to the future. A future made possible because of the price you paid. Your sacrifice will not have been in vain.
I do actually like that, though. It makes her more than just a straight evil character. There's some complexity there. It's, you know, she still very much tried to use the Nephilim as a weapon. She saw them as that first. But it's good to know she also still on some level saw them as her kids. That is true. I do like that the writers of it didn't ignore the aspect that she was their mother at the end of the day. Yeah, she wanted to use them for her own purpose and evil. It was always kind of expressed in the lore that she only saw the Nephilim as a weapon, but I do like that there's more to it than that. Granted, it probably was only for Rathma or like the very first generation of humans. I don't think she feels the same about the current generation. But I could be wrong. No, not on track. Cheers' mother, so complicated feelings are expected for to some extent. I mean, in good writing, yes, but that's the thing. I have a very low opinion of Blizzard's writing over the past few years. But granted, that's mostly World of Warcraft. All right, so let's head up there.
I'm not ready. more time.
It is a bit of a funny detail, yeah. I mean, I think it's because with villains, I think it's sometimes easier when writing a character to explain why they're doing wrong. Because, you know, I think as human beings, we very easily relate to, you know, that desire for revenge or that desire for things to change and wanting to let go of our respect and our equitability and just kind of let loose and say fuck you to everything else and just do what we want. Like there's like this inner relatability that you find in villains because they're often the most flawed characters in the whys and the hows, and it's just sometimes it's easier as a writer to explain why someone does a wrong or does an objective evil, like where that sinister kind of nature can come from, than it is to explain how a character is so wholly virtuous as like Superman. Like, how does a person be so good, so pure, so taintless, or so minimally tainted as to do very little wrong in the objective grand scheme of things? It's oftentimes harder to explain that because it's harder to relate to. It's much harder to relate to a lesser or an unflawed character than it is to an extremely flawed one. So I think that's my best explanation for why villains are often better written. It's just really comes down to, it's easier to explain how someone got to that point through relatable flaws than it is to explain how a character can be wholly and likably virtuous. That's like it's just, I think it's just down to that. It's like relatability. But again, there's like layers to that even, so that may not even necessarily be true.
Vigo wanted you to have this.
He was a good man. And Lilith? Was she even there? Did you meet her?
Nope. But I saw her grieve
By the time I arrived.
There is more. I can see that.
Lilith took a key to hell off Rathma's body.
Then it was all in vain. She's the only one who got what they wanted.
Neyrelle. She came seeking the Haradrim of legend. Seeking hope. She found neither. But her part in things was far from over. In truth, we would need her more than she needed us. Didn't seem that way at the time, though. For anyone. Inarius proved to be just as unreliable as I'd feared. His self-obsession had driven him to murder his son, Rathma. And from the corpse left behind, Lilith had taken a key to hell. Where would she use it? We could only depend on ourselves to find out.
So we just completed Act 1. Okay. Sure. Will the theme of Diablo 2 still work here? We will see if we are also too late for the next problem. And we'll certainly see. Let's go to Q Overshed. I don't necessarily know. I think it is going for its own themes here. I'm still kind of vague on a particular prediction I have. I think the story is gonna turn Lilith into kind of like a Sylvanas-esque character, where she's like super evil objectively with like the acts she performs, but she's gonna end up being like an anti-villain, where though she's doing evil and abhorrent acts, it's to do what she believes to be the greater good in like defeating the high heavens and the hells. And we're gonna see that later, but I do not know. It's curious, very curious. We'll start Act 2, and I think I'll end the stream after that. Because I gotta get ready for work. I still got time, but I'd like a little bit of a gap.
Is someone there? Need more time.
You require my aid.
Please, I need your help. I can't see. My dearest wanders these woods alone.
sort of work. Yeah, true. I'm afraid I lack tea, but I'll probably have some water and finish some of my lunch. This is Act 2, right? No, it's Act 2, okay.
Light's blessing. If you have needs, check in with the Watch Commander.
I'm looking for a Haradrim named Donan. An old friend of his sent me.
At this hour, I'd wager he's in the keep. Check with the guard at the door.
Alright.
He's upstairs in the Great Hall with his son. Keep it quick.
Yes, sir.
Dad, I need to be out in the field with the other knights.
Why the rush, my boy? You know, I found some of my old Haradric tomes. Stay here, and we can go through them together.
I can take some with me. We have a visitor.
This discussion is not over. Is there something you need?
I have a message from Lorath.
Wow. There's a name from another life. Has the old man finally come down from the mountain?
With a warning. An ancient evil walks the land. The demon Lilith.
And you know this how? Did you and Lorath discover something of interest?
Perhaps this is all connected to what you saw, Father.
Yes, I was just getting to that. There was an incident at my estate. Probably best if we discuss it there. Go and have a look around for yourself. I'll meet you shortly, and then we can talk more. As for your request, get to Bracestag. And be careful. Stay close to the other knight's penitent.
I will. Don't worry.
Alright. So that's the start of the new arc. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it there. Much shorter streaming session than yesterday's, but still got some good progress. We finished Act 1, and the story is certainly compelling. I'm liking how Lilith is as a character so far. It's interesting. I'm curious where everything's gonna lead, though. I'm wondering, like, what aspects my predictions I'm gonna be right about. I mean, I predicted that the dog is Mephisto, because I'm really getting that vibe, especially with how he like referred to her as rebelling, kind of like a parent would. Also just the conniving nature. That's very Mephisto. You know, Baal or Diablo. They're not above deception. Both of them have done deception and manipulation. Like, they all do that. But Mephisto definitely is more of that nature than the others. So that's what I'm thinking is going on there. Could be wrong, though. And if I am, I would be certainly fascinated to see more about that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed this one. And I'm eager to see where the story continues and continue grinding out some stuff. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.